Hello and welcome. I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Extreme Ghostbusters Ecto-1, and I love this toy. Originally released somewhere between 1996 and 1997, it retailed for approximately $25. Now this guy, the entire Extreme Ghostbusters line, was not made by Hasbro like the previous Ghostbusters toys that we were used to. These guys were made by Trendmasters, and now that being said, a word of caution. Be very, very careful if you do not have this toy yet, or any of the other Extreme Ghostbusters toys. Be very careful when shopping and be very careful with these toys. Trendmasters, I just have a terrible track record with Trendmasters. This is the second Trendmasters toy that I buy brand new, sealed in the box. And as I am opening it and removing it from the box, parts are breaking and falling apart right out of the box. The same thing happened to me when I bought the Trendmasters Voltron a couple years ago. That thing just started breaking out of the box. This figure or this toy did the same exact thing. Trendmasters used cheap plastic that becomes very brittle over time. Be very, very careful. If you're going to get this, understand that this is going to be for you to put it together and put it up on a shelf as a display piece and not to be played with. Unlike, say, the Kenner toys that, I have a friend who has an entire line of Kenner Ghostbusters toys, and his kids play with them. His little kids play with them on a regular basis. Those toys are tough. They still take a beating. Trendmasters do not. And so you can imagine my disappointment as I'm opening this thing and putting it together, and it's just breaking and falling apart. So it's a gorgeous vehicle. I love the design of this. I love the action figures, the action features for it. I love everything about this except the plastic that it's made with. So it was a bit disappointing and unfortunate. So that being said, moving along, the Ecto here is approximately 15 inches long and about 8 inches tall here at the top of well, the satellite dish is really about the highest part you're going to get. So you're going to get about 7 inches, 8 inches, just depending on where you're measuring from. And it's a new design for the Ecto, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I was hoping, out of the box, I was hoping that the stickers would not be applied and that you would have to apply those yourselves, because I hate these stickers. I absolutely hate them. Just bring that in closer, you can see the Extreme Ghostbusters logo, which is not what's depicted on the box. In fact, the stickers, I was hoping that you would replace them yourself so that I would just not put them on. I have some replacement stickers for the original Kenner Ecto, and I was planning on using those instead, but unfortunately not the case. These stickers are already applied, and if I try to remove them, I am going to destroy them. Now, talking about the box, let's go ahead and bring that in, because this is really weird. You're going to notice that the product that is depicted on the box, if you take a really close look, is not the toy that we have here in front of us. Not only are the stickers different, actually those don't even look like stickers, those look like tempographs. But if you look at the overall design of this vehicle, you can tell, especially if you look at the corner of the windshield here versus here, and the height of the roof here versus here, you can tell this is very obviously not the same toy. Some of the parts back here are different. These little arm pieces have 3 arms, or 3 fingers rather, instead of 2. This piece is different from that piece, so it's not the same toy. Maybe that was a prototype, I'm not sure, but there it is. Not the same toy that you see on the box, but that's okay. This is still a very, very cool toy right here. Now, I don't have any of the Extreme Ghostbusters figures, but you can use the regular RGB figures with them. They are going to be in scale. Now, unfortunately, Egon is going to be a tight fit because Egon's the tallest one. I can get Egon in there. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's very fiddly. He's a very, very tight fit. And that steering wheel, very brittle, and that steering wheel broke into 4 pieces on me the day I took it out of the box trying to put a figure in here. So I'm not going to do it on camera. I had to put it all back together and paint it, and I had to disassemble the entire car just so I could get to that steering wheel and rebuild that. That was a little frustrating, but Egon can fit in there. Let me go ahead and show you that. So as you can see, I've got Egon in there. You can open the door and you can see him sitting in there, and he sits just fine. once you get him in there, but he is very, very difficult to get in there. He's probably the worst example to try to get in there from the RGB line because he's the tallest one. It'd probably be a little easier to get one of the other guys in there, but since he was the one that's on the show, he's the one that I wanted to show off in the Ecto, since I don't have any other Extreme Ghostbusters figures. But you can see he fits in there just fine once you get him in there. It's getting him in and out that is an absolute nightmare, and it usually takes me a few minutes. I didn't want to just have a video of me fiddling and trying to get him in and out of there because I have to be so careful with him. But yeah, there you go. As you can see, he fits in there just fine. So as you can see, Egon does in fact fit in there, and some of the other figures will probably fit in there a little easier, and he is in scale and he does look good with the vehicle. Just, you know, be careful trying to play with this. I can't stress that enough. So let's get into some of the features of the vehicle itself. It's got some crazy features. Actually, before we do that, let's do this. Let's see if we can set this guy over here and try to bring in the Kenner Ecto and put these guys side by side so you can see what they look like together. And as you can tell, quite a bit of difference. The original Kenner Ecto, a little bigger, so you know, to fit the bigger figures that the RGB line had to offer. And honestly, it looks a little simpler than this version here. And you can also, it really shows off how yellow mine has gotten over the years when standing him next to this one. I'm really considering just taking that apart, repainting it, and customizing it, because at this point, that plastic's just so yellow. But today is not your day. You've had your day. Today is your day. So there he is. That's what these guys look like together. I really do. I like both designs. I think they both look so amazing. I didn't care much for the the Extreme Ghostbusters toys. I really did not. The cartoon was okay. I enjoyed the cartoon all right. I still preferred the original one, but the cartoon was okay. But the toys were just awful. I just did not like them at all. They did not appeal to me whatsoever. But this does. This is gorgeous, and if I was going to have anything of that line, I had to have this Ecto. I'm still thinking about ripping off these stickers and just putting on other replacements for the these guys right here. Those, which are sized properly, so I think those would look so much better. It's just such a shame. I cringe at destroying these stickers, but they're not even centered right. They're not even aligned or centered right, anything like that. They just got slapped in there, so I don't know. I don't know if it's be much of a loss, to be honest. But all right, moving on. First thing we have lights and sounds, which is very cool. We've got a button up here, and you have to press and hold it to hear the sound and to make the lights flash. See if we can maybe do it this way so you can see all the lights flashing. Do we? Maybe? I don't know. Now you do have to hold it down to continue the sound and the lights. Once you release it, it'll stop. The next time you press it, it's going to move on to a different sound. So we'll go ahead and start with... You can see the lights on the top there, and also on these guys here. So there's the Ecto, obviously Ecto alarm, and then you've got the, I believe the next one's going to be the proton streams. And then you've got a couple other assorted ambulance siren sounds, which actually works pretty good. I like that one a lot. That one works really good. That sounds like a telephone to me. I don't really care much for that one. And then that's some sort of alarm that I don't know. I like the first three sounds that we heard. And then, of course, that's the best one. So that's the lights and sounds. Looking up here at the roof rack so we can see all the different detail. You saw the lights. The light bar on the front and the back, they do light up. You've got these, whatever this canister is back here, this does light up as well. And then you've got your siren there, which is actually kind of accurate to what the Ecto actually had. You do have the satellite dish in the over here on this side. You do have a little knob over here, so you can reach in there and roll that, and you can see the satellite dish is going to rotate, which is really, really cool. And then you've got assorted other pieces here, whatever this thing actually reminds me of a piece that sat on the roof rack for the Ecto in the new Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig Ghostbusters. There was a piece on that Ecto that looked a lot like this. And you've got assorted other little like satellite dishes and light bars. There's you know, these little pieces here. And usually when you're shopping for these guys, these pieces here, a lot of these little pieces are going to be missing. Now, this is intended to, you get them out of the box and you pop them in, and you are supposed to be able to rotate them like that, okay? Now, these pieces are mounted by way of, let's see if we can get that zoomed in and focused. There you go. So they are mounted by way of somewhat of a mushroom peg with a slot in between, so that when you get these out of the box, you can just pop them in and they would snap into place. And I'm not going to force it because it scares the crap out of me. And then, of course, you would be able to turn them and whatnot. So on these gold painted pieces, careful. This one and this one broke out of the box. When I popped them in, they went snap, and away they went. They're gone. So so I had to hot glue those in place, and they're fine. They look just fine. I just put just a dot of hot glue in there, and then I cut away the excess, and done. So these fins don't, like these fins, you have to pop these on out of the box. They're not installed. You have to pop these on. They don't stay in very well, and they also scare the crap out of me every time they pop off, and I have to pop them back in. I'm afraid that I'm going to break something. You do have a switch back here for lights and sounds. The vehicle comes in sound mode with a little, it's a little 3-button cell battery adapter, so that you can just kind of press the button through the box, and you can hear the sounds but no lights. When you first get the vehicle out of the box, there's a little screw right here. You unscrew that, pop it open, remove the button cell adapter, put 2 AA's in, there's 3 AA's in there, and then screw that back in, switch it over to lights, and away you go. Now you've got your lights and sounds. So that's pretty much it for the roof rack. There are these 2 arms here that we haven't looked at, so let's take a look at those. You can pop these off, and then if you come to the front of the vehicle, you're going to see there's a button right here on the grill. If you press that button, the hood's going to open. And then you've got this sticker of an engine right in there. And then you've also got this thing here. This thing also comes separate, so you have to pop this in. This, I believe, you can use as a weapon for the Ghostbusters. It's got a little hole. There's a peg in the on the side of the hood right there. And the instructions just show you that exactly as it is. And they show you popping that into place like that. And then you can pull the little arm lever, and away that goes. And you shoot some ghosts, I guess, with these little grabber arms. But I'm pretty sure that you can also give this thing here to a Ghostbuster as if it was a weapon. Now, of course, this guy doesn't have a way to hold it, but with that peg there, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the Extreme Ghostbusters toys had a peg or something that you can plug it into, so that they would be able to hold it, you know, something like that, and then, again, shoot it off. So there's that, and of course, you know, you've got another arm over here, so you got 2 of these. Let's pop that back in place. This vehicle does have quite a bit play features, and I really enjoy that about this. It really was intended to be played with. Now this, I don't get. There's no mention of this in the instructions, in the box. Nobody that I found online has ever mentioned this. I don't get this, but this fender comes off. There's a peg, there's a port. It's a port that looks like it's obviously intended, focus that in there, it's obviously intended to pop off. For what reason, I don't know. Maybe it's so that you can play like you're working on the Ecto. I don't know. There's no mention of this anywhere. This is a mystery to me. I haven't been able to find why they made this like this, but there you go. You can pop off this fender for some reason, and again, be careful when you pop it in. Don't apply too much pressure. So when you're done with that, close the hood, it clicks into place, and you're all set. Doors open. It's well, I didn't show that, did I? This is cool. I like how the doors kind of open and they swing forward, and then you can also swing them open, which really makes room for you to get your figures in and out of there. I don't think if these doors open normally like that, I don't think that my Egon would have fit in there. But a lot of very cool detail inside there. You can see the steering wheel. You can see there's a control panel there in the center. A lot of very cool detail in there. Very, very nicely detailed. So there's all of that. Also, there's on this side over here, there's this little light box there with a ghost, so that when you do press the button, that's also going to light up in there. You can see inside there's a ghost. So there's that. Now, coming around the back, another feature that I really just do not understand. For the life of me, I can't figure this out. There's a button here. You press the button, and it shoots the bumper off. I don't know. I don't know why the bumper shoots off. I don't get it. You can just pop that guy back in place and you're done. I don't know. The bumper fires off for some reason. I don't get it. And then you can take the back door, swing this door open, just like that. And then you see this piece that comes out. You can pick this up and swing it out. It is a little bit of a tight fit. And I am being extra careful because I do not want to break this toy any further. Alright, so this is the trap that comes with the Ecto. This is the most gigantic trap I've ever seen in Ghostbusters. Very cool feature here. You can press down on this lever. It is spring-loaded. The trap will open. And Slimer does not come with the Ecto. That's just the ghost that I chose to put in there. And as you can see, the door's a little loose on this particular one. So, but usually if I snap it up and down a little hard, it'll shut. But anyway, yeah, you can put any ghost in there and just trap them, just like that. So I got Summer in here. I got a couple of the ghosts from the RGB line to try out to see if, you know, some of these are bigger than others, so, you know, some of them may not fit. Which kind of was the same case that we had with the, if you remember the trap that came with a ghost, with a firehouse, did the same thing. Peter's ghost fits just fine, as you saw. So there's Peter's ghost. This is the ghost that came with the Kenner though. Let's see if he fits. He also, he doesn't close the door all the way, but he fits mostly. Let's see if we do it this way. Yeah, see, so the trap doesn't close all the way, but you can play around with these ghosts. They all came in different sizes and stuff like that, so you can always find something that'll fit. And then Slimer, of course, Slimer fits in there just fine. So there you go. Ta-da! There you go. All right, so I think I'm gonna get him out. I need. Oh, that was cool. He kind of flew off. Let me see if I can do that again. Please don't break. And he stayed standing, and the Slimer is still standing. There you go. Alrighty, that's enough of that. I need Slimer for my display later on. So once you're done catching your ghosts, again, you can put the trap back in the vehicle. Get it in place right there, close the door, and you're all set and you're ready to head back to the firehouse. So, very, very cool toy. I really love this. Is my first experience with this vehicle, and I love it. I absolutely love this. I'm kind of tempted to get an RGB, or I keep saying RGB, an Extreme Ghostbusters Egon, just so I can have somebody to put in there. But I love this. This is such a great, fun toy. It has so many features, and it is, you know, it'll carry, I guess it'll carry two figures, it's fair to say, one on each side, because nobody's going to fit anywhere else. But a lot of play features. It's got lights and sounds. Very, very cool vehicle. Again, if you're going to get one of these, though, be careful, because it is Trendmasters, and Trendmasters is just not so great with the quality of their plastic. So, and this is just a quick update to show. I went ahead and took the stickers off. I just disliked them that much, and I put on proper Ghostbuster stickers, or at least to me, what's proper Ghostbuster stickers. And I think this improves the look of the vehicle just that much more. That looks really, really good to me. So there's the one on the door, one on the back, one on the other door. And I omitted the one for the hood. I know that in originally, the Ecto did not have a logo on the hood. In Ghostbusters 2, in the movie, it did have a GB2 logo on the hood. And then in Extreme Ghostbusters, in the cartoon, it also had a logo on the hood. I'm still on the fence. I think this just looks so good like this. And I really just like, I think it really did improve the look of the Ecto. But I wanted to show you guys what it looked like before and after. So I think that about covers the Extreme Ghostbusters Ecto-1. What did you think of this vehicle, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.